Hello everyone, good morning. First of all, a warm welcome to OIC training by UnoGeeks. In today's video, I'm going to talk about navigation in Oracle Integration Cloud. Okay, so first let's log into the OIC instance, and then I'll walk you through the navigation options available in OIC. I'm logging into OIC now. So the first page that you see, is called a home page, and in the home page, you get to see a quick summary of all other components that are available in OIC. Okay, so if you look at the home page, you will have a quick recipes that are given by Oracle. So say, for example, if you have to build an integration, say for onboarding an employee, instead of building it on your own, you can start off with a pre-assembled solutions given by Oracle, and you can create an integration with this recipe given by Oracle, and you can change it the way you want it. Okay, so it's not as if since you are using an integration recipe given by Oracle, you won't be able to make any changes, nothing like that. You can make a copy of this, and then you can change the bits that you want, and you can quickly activate an integration and bring it up and running. Okay, so when you start building components in OIC, you're not on your own. You can make use of some of the pre-assembled solutions given by Oracle, be it integrations or a process. Okay, and if you scroll down, you also have some accelerators and recipes given by Oracle. So you can go through them. So it shows you some of the common patterns that are used by clients. Let's say, for example, if you take this one, the first one, uh, if you want to read a file from Amazon S3 bucket, and it's a journals file, and if you want to pick it up from Amazon S3 bucket and load it into Oracle ERP Cloud, and if that is the use case that your client has, then you don't need to build it from scratch. You can use this recipe straight off. You can just click on create recipe, and it will create an integration. And all you need to do is configure the connections of Amazon S3 and ERP Cloud. You just need to make these connections point to your Amazon S3 bucket or your Amazon instance and ERP Cloud instance. Okay, so you can explore this. It's a quite useful libraries that are given out there, and you also have a quick navigation options to go to the cloud services, individual cloud services that are part of OIC. You can go to integrations if you want to integrate applications. If you want to automate business process, you can go to process, visual builder. If you want to build a web or mobile applications, you can go to insights if you want to see some analytical information. You've got a new option available called BNB. I'm here to explore this. And if you think of it, if you click on the navigator, you have the same navigation options, same 5 navigation options that you're seeing here on the navigation bar as well. You see process, integrations, B2B, visual builder, and insights. And all 5 options are also available on the home page as well. So there are multiple ways. These are just multiple ways in which you can get down to the individual work areas. So if I have to build integrations, I can click on this navigation bar and click on this integrations option. Or from the home page, I can scroll down and click on integrations here. It's up to you. And if you look at the navigation options available here, so I've just explained the home page. So the My Tasks option. So this is where you will see all the pending tasks that you need to perform, or the actions that are pending on your name. Say, for example, if you are used as an approver in a PCS business process. Say, for example, you have built an approval process in PCS, and you are an approver, and there are some requests which are pending your approval, and such tasks which are pending on your name, which are assigned to you and which are pending on your name, will show up here. So you can directly log into OS instance, go into My Tasks, and you will see a bunch of pending approval requests here. You can go through them and either approve or reject those tasks. And apart from just reviewing your tasks, you can, if you probably have the required administration access, you can also look at the process that are available in the application. You can initiate them as well, and you can also administer the PCS applications from here. It will be too early to get down to these topics at this point. We'll park it for a later video. Let's go back. So all you need to know is in My Task window, you will see the approvals pending on your name. Okay, and you've got integrations, process, and Visual Builder, which are the three key cloud services. And if you go into integrations, that will take you into Integration Designer page, and Integration Designer page has again 7 navigation options. So if you click on integrations page gets loaded, and if you take off the filter, you will be able to see the integrations that exist in this OIC instance. Okay, you can create or import the integrations. Integrations are typically used to connect systems together or connect applications. Okay, it could be Oracle to Oracle system or a non-Oracle system with an Oracle system. Okay, so there are when you build integrations, you can use any of these components within the integration build. So we'll get down to the integrations work area in the next video in a greater detail. So we'll talk about all these options that are available in integrations work area in the next video. Okay, so but for now, if you want to design integrations from the home page, so from the home page, you have to click on integrations and click on integrations again, and that will bring you into an integration designer page. Okay, go back. And if you go back to processes, it will take you into a process work area, and this is called as a process cloud service. And you can create a new process applications, since this is a new OS instance which has been created a couple of tests back. No process applications exist at the moment, but you can quickly create process applications using this create option. Okay, so you also have a couple of other options that you can use in a PCS application. So we'll get down to we'll talk about this in a PCS overview video. Okay, so in short, what can you build in the process application? You can build approval process, or you can build any custom business process that your client might need. Say, for example, if I click on create, when I create a process application, again, I can create it from scratch, or I can import a PCS application that is built in a previous instance, or I can start off with a quick start template given by Oracle. So as I mentioned earlier, when you want to develop some component, you're not on your own. You can look at the templates that are given by Oracle, see if they can help you. And if they match the use case that you have, you can probably go ahead and use them. Say, for example, if I click on this, start with a quick start option, I will be able to see the PCS templates given by Oracle. And if my client matches with any one of them, I will go ahead and use them to build the PCS application. So you see the process templates given by Oracle. For example, client has asked me to build a travel approval process. What do I do? Instead of building it from scratch, I will look at the templates available, and I could see that there is one template already available for travel approval. And instead of me building it from scratch, I will go ahead and use this to create a PCS application, and then I will customize this process as per my requirement. Okay, so we'll get down to the details of a process application in another video. But what can you build in a process application? You can build any custom business process or any approval process that you might need. Okay, can go back. And the third key cloud service that is available in OIC is Visual Builder. So with Visual Builder, so it says that the Visual Builder feature is currently not enabled for the instance. There is a small flag that you need to turn on in Oracle Cloud Infrastructure dashboard. I'll show you how to do it in another video. But once you turn it on, you will be able to get down to Visual Builder Cloud Service. And what can you do with the help of VBCS? As you can see from the screenshot, you can build mobile as well as web applications using VBCS. And the moment you hear this, the term web application development, a lot of skills might come to your mind, right? So typically to build a web application, you need to know JavaScript, you need to know HTML, CSS a little bit, right? But with VBCS, or if you want to build a web or mobile application with VBCS, you don't need to know any of those skills, because with Visual Builder, not just with Visual Builder, with Oracle Integration Cloud, you will have a point and click experience, or in other words, a drag and drop approach. So whether it is an integration you're building, or a custom business process, or a web or a mobile application using VBCS, you won't be writing even a single line of code. I repeat it again. Whether it is integrations process or Visual Builder, you won't be writing a single line of code, because OIC follows a configuration based approach, which means a zero code approach. Okay, so I'll give you an overview about VBCS in the next video. And you've got a B2B, which is a new addition to OIC. Yet to explore this. And you've got insights, and you can go into the insights consoles to see or to get some valuable inputs about or valuable analytical information about the components that you have built, and how they are performing over time. Okay, and you have a monitoring section available here. So this monitoring section can be used to monitor the integration requests. So if you go into the integrations designer page, so if you click on this integrations, it will take you to designer page. And in the designer page, you can build the integrations. You can build a SOAP services or a REST APIs, and you can activate them. And after you activate the REST APIs or a SOAP services, clients will start invoking those web services, right? And when clients start invoking the integrations that you have built in OIC, you might probably want to monitor them, right? So that monitoring can be done from this monitoring section. Okay, so in the integration designer page, you will design integrations and you will monitor them from the monitoring section. From the monitoring section, if you click on integrations again, click on integrations, and you will be able to monitor your integrations from here. There are no requests kicked off yet, so that's why it's blank at the moment. Okay, so from the monitor section, you can monitor integrations, and there is a concept of connectivity agents in OIC, which can be used to connect SaaS applications with on-premise applications. From this monitoring screen, you can also verify whether the agent is up and running or not in the on-premise machine. So you can track your requests as well, and you can if a particular integration run errors out, it will appear in the errors window, and some of the errors can be reprocessed as well. Okay, and only the users who have a service administrator role assigned to them will be able to see the settings option. So I've logged in as a user who has a service administrator role assigned, and that's why I'm able to see the settings option. Usually when you log into your client OIC instance, there could be a fair chance that you might not see the settings option, and that means you don't have admin access. So you click on settings and you can control the Oracle Integration Cloud settings from these options. Say, for example, if you want to enable file server, or if you want to do some settings on the file server, you can do it. If you want to upload some certificates, you can do that as well. And you can also set up the data retention policies. Say, for example, when the requests come in, when the requests come in for the integrations, an instance gets created. So how many days would you like to retain them? Or so if you look at the current settings, successful instances will be purged after 3 days, and the same is the case for faulted instances. So that means if you kick off an integration now, after 3 days, that integration instance will be purged from OIC, and you will no longer be able to monitor that request. So such a data retention settings can be done from here. Okay, and if you go to integrations, there are a few options that you can set up at the integration level. Like you can schedule them, and you can also set up the notifications when something goes wrong in the OIC instance. As far as the background servers are concerned, who should receive email and when should they receive email? Is it on hourly basis or on a daily basis? So such things you can set up in the settings option. Okay. So this is all about navigation in Oracle Integration Cloud, guys. Thank you very much for watching this video. And in case you are interested in OIC training offered by UnoGeeks, please call us on this number, or you can WhatsApp us as well on the same number, or send us an email on this on this mail ID. And if you just want to check out the course content, please do so by visiting this website. Thank you, guys. Thanks for watching this video.